conceding 5 games. No, it's something that happened.
There he is.
Says like that.
There we go. Just interrupted us.
That's amazing.
Sorry.
Yeah. The power of the legend.
Yeah.
But that's nothing special. I think that we were very good and a bit lucky to win this type of games against Inter Milan in due time. But it is because of our coach Igor. I think that his personality is able to give the personality to our team to never give up, to be strong and to believe till the end.
Kenan Yıldız really is making a name for himself, the 20-year-old German-born forward who chose to play for Turkey and made the 2025 Golden Boy list and was also a 2025 Coppa Trophy nominee. He's got 18 goals, 11 assists in his 89 career appearances with Juve. And I suppose this graphic just really puts into perspective how good he is, because among European top 5 leagues since the start of the last 5 seasons, in the top 5 leagues, here is where he ranks with the players under 21. It's all at the top or in the seconds. And Tony, he's someone that just really has captured so many hearts of Juventus fans, hasn't he? With the flair, with the enthusiasm that he plays with. Should Juventus be building their team around this player?
Yeah, look, you have a young 20-year-old, right, that is a star in world football already and becoming one in front of our eyes, right? And he's a guy that not every manager knows how to use players like this. Guys that you have to give them the ball and let them just go, right? Because we're always talking about discipline and organization and being in the right place at the right time. This is a guy that has to feel the game, right? And we have Del Piero here today, another guy, right? He had to feel the game. You couldn't tell him you had to go here and then go here. No, you have to, and that's who Yildiz is for me. We're still talking about a young player, right? That is starting to take a massive club like Juventus and put this club on his shoulders. To your question, yes, I would build around a player like this.
For more, let's go out to Nigel and Alessandro to talk about the Juventus starlet. Boys, I mean, he's fantastic, isn't he? Ali, I suppose, how do you feel when you see the comparisons being made from Yildiz to how you played for Juventus?
I like it, of course. I mean, I'm happy for him. He's a great guy. Kenan is a great guy in terms of mentality, in terms of idea how to approach the game and performing during the week. He's sacrificing himself a lot in terms of rounds, in terms of help to the team. And this is very important, of course. As a teammate, you want that your teammates are going to die on the field for you. And on top of that, is now creating more and more goals, beautiful goals in some point. In some occasion, and some other assistants. Is becoming a complete player, complete number 10, and this is great for him and for Juventus, because we were talking about with Nigel about the midfielders in Juve, and the midfield is always a key position for every team. And between him and Thuram in this moment, probably they're the two main.
It's the perfect balance, because you've got Thuram with the physicality to win the ball, and he's comfortable to get the ball from the defense, and that means Yildiz now can spend more time higher up the pitch, where he's going to be judged, where he has to work his magic. And I think what's impressed me the most about him so far this season is his final product. His end product has got so much better this season, which is why he's having such a great time.
Yeah.
Ale, and then we saw this goal that Kenan Yıldız scored against Borussia Dortmund, and if the comparisons weren't enough already, he scores this. He says that yours was harder, but what was your reaction to it?
I was happy and surprised, not because I didn't believe he can make that goal. He already did it in the past, but because he's against Borussia was the first game on the group stage. And against Borussia, I played my first game in Champions League, where I scored a very similar goal. So it's kind of, you know, go back in time. I wish I could go back in time, to be honest. But and this goal I will see is very. There is a lot of similarities and some differences. In this moment, you see the outcome is perfect with a beautiful curve from right to left and from up to down. You're receiving the ball and just made the too easy touch and quick in a very orchestrated game and action for Juve. My goal is a little bit different. You know, it was a counter-attack with a long run, come inside with a fake and then scoring. So that kind of goals, you know, when the outcome is the same, you love it. I mean, you love it. In the meantime, we have another guest that usually don't score that kind of goal, do other kind of jobs. You know, we were talking about the goal that Kenan Yildiz made that it was similar to mine in the past, and I say you avoid that kind of goal many times. But maybe it's kind of difficult to avoid that kind of goal when you have players like Yildiz in front of you, right?
Yeah, it's not easy. I think that we are trying to work very hard in order to get some improvements that seems to be easy and but it's very key for our performance and our victories. It's going to be a tough game. We should avoid them to go deeper in the space and play against one like they did last season. But we'll see. It's an important week for us. We are going to play Champions League in Villarreal against AC Milan, and we have started well the season so far, but it's just the beginning.
Chiellini, tell me, is there something special brewing at Juventus now? Because I can feel it with the energy of the fans. There's a different kind of belief. Is there something brewing?
But there's nothing special. I think that we were very good and a bit lucky to win this type of games against Inter Milan in due time. But it is because of our coach Igor. I think that his personality is able to give the personality to our team to never give up, to be strong and to believe till the end. That is our motto fino alla fine. But Igor was very able to let it work and explain very well to the team and make it effective.
Giorgio, we were talking in the beginning of the show that Juve is considering some goals that usually not happen in Juventus style, of course. What's your opinion in this specific moment about that? And of course, it's not something that we can relay only of defenders, but have to be a complete operation, let's say like this, with the midfielders and all the team. But there is some work that you think Tudor is doing that for avoid that kind of situation?
I think that every winning team has to be balanced, and what we missed in the last game was this type of balance between the defense and the midfield especially. Sometimes we went too deep when we didn't need, and sometimes we were not enough connected defense, midfield and attack, and we concede too many easy shoots from right out of the box that it's hard also to save. We have worked, we show to the players this type of situation. I think that it's important to be aggressive as much as possible in the other midfield, but not to go so deep in order to concede this type of shoot, because especially against Atalanta could be very dangerous.
Do you think the Juventus squad is deep enough to be able to compete for the Scudetto and also in Champions League?
I think it's too early to predict this type of talks about Scudetto. I think that we are not in the first tire for racing to winning the Scudetto, but we have a good team. The important is to build every day, every game after game, our confidence, winning games, and as every year, important is arriving during the spring in the best way as possible, and then we could understand where we could arrive. I think we got some improvements in the squad. If injuries help us during the season, we can really have a better team and have more points, and then we'll see also what the other team is going to do.
Hey, Giorgio, nice to see you. I wanted to ask one question. Obviously, we're making a lot of similarities between Del Piero and Yildiz as well. Maybe you guys can ask him the question. But again, Juventus, your Juventus, nobody wanted to play you guys. Nobody, not Real Madrid, nobody in the world. This Juventus doesn't feel quite that way. What's the sort of the differences you see between your Juventus when you guys were there playing and winning so many things and competing on such a high level, and this Juventus at the moment?
Solitamente la Juve è una squadra contro che nessuno vuole giocare. Non c'è ancora quella sensazione oggi. Cosa ne pensi tu?
I think that it's a little bit changing. The last two games at home has shown it's not easy to play here. The biggest win, the big win against Inter Milan, it was very important. Also the comeback in Dortmund. We are trying to also create a different environment here at the stadium. Also, the end of last season was pretty clear in order to show that it's not easy to win here. We'll see. We have two fantastic games at home, and today against Atalanta, next week against AC Milan. We have to show that our stadium is very hard to break. But we'll see. I get your point, and I hope we can change as soon as possible. So this mindset that the other teams has.
Yeah, it's a huge run of games, isn't it? Giorgio, thank you so much. We're hearing we've got to let you go. Nigel, Ale, stay with us, though. Thank you for joining us. Giorgio, we'll see you soon.
Grazie.
Look, he's got Italian now, Nigel.
Go ahead, Marco, because I know you have a question, right, that you really want to ask Alessandro.
Also, this is like every Juventus fan's dream. While Tony gets right in front of it, though, it's seeing Chiellini and Del Piero together. It's great to have Chiellini back at the club. That's the one thing. It felt like that was lacking at Juventus for quite some time. The understanding and the fact that he's being involved, not in his ambassador role, which was in the past, but he's getting involved in the sporting role. And I think understanding the culture, they brought Tudor in for that, but also having a guy like Chiellini do that is something that you want to see, because he will put Juventus first. He does not care about the finances, anything else. He wants a competitive team. That will be his priority. So I think it gives me a lot of hope that we have such an educated and passionate guy at the club again.
When you talk about DNA, right, sometimes you have to bring the DNA to you. Of course, you guys know I'm a Milan fan. What did we do at Milan with Maldini, right? We pushed the DNA away, right? And now you bring a guy like Chiellini that comes in who clearly understands what this club means, who they've been in the past, who they want to be all the time, week in and week out, not only in Serie A, but when you talk about world football, they want to compete for everything. And I think it's such a smart move when you bring guys like this. You're clearly bringing a football mind, but you're bringing a guy that no matter what the era is, Grella, when he walks around at the training ground and when he walks around the facility, Yildiz and Adzic and everybody knows exactly who he is, right? I think it's a smart move by Juve.
Yeah, and I mean, it's fantastic that we have Alessandro on our airwaves, and we can get a sort of an insight into what it's like with these types of guys. And Chiellini, obviously, an amazing player, amazing guy off the pitch as well. Mm-hmm. But the question at the end that I asked him, and he was pretty clear, he says, I get your point at the end. This Juventus is not the Juventus that Marco and I grew up watching. Nobody wanted to play Juventus of old. Juventus with Trezeguet and Del Piero and Nedved and Chiellini's and Barzagli and Bonucci and Buffon. And they're far from that. They're trying to get back to that moment, but it takes a lot of time, a lot of sacrifice, and a lot of work. And so we're seeing a Juventus side that's trying now on the attacking side of the game, trying to give more, but then conceding a little bit on the other side. So it's clear to me early on in the season that this is still a project.
Mm-hmm. Yildiz is the big star, though, isn't he, who we were just talking to them both about. They're back with us, everybody. Go ahead, Marco, because I know you really want to ask this.
Yeah, Alessandro, I want to ask you, because you're one of the only people in the world that could talk about this. Kenan Yıldız, the pressure of wearing the number 10, he took it as a teenager. Can you explain how difficult that really is to wear the number 10 at Juventus?
Well, the fact that he took it as a teenager, it means a lot in terms of personality. And this is one point in his favor. The second thing is what it means. It means many things. We were talking now with Chiellini, how the team can become the team that everybody fear, in every game. And this is a concept that I want to share in this situation, for this matter, and also for Yildiz. You need to prove every day that you deserve the jersey of Juventus. That's the key. You need to prove every day that your defense is better than their attacker. It's not a status that you reach, and then when you reach that status, is okay, well, I'm done, I have a number 10 or whatever it is, I have 0 goals conceded in 5 games. No, it's something that happened.
There he is. There we go, just interrupted us.
That's amazing.
Sorry.
Yeah. The power of the legend.
Yeah. So back to the point, you need that. You need to prove it every day. And when you have that kind of personality and mentality that is showing Kenan and other players are showing now, it's good. But you need more than one. You need more than 2 or 3. because it's the big history of this club and the big expectation that you have in this club, it's show that you need more players like this. So I'm happy for his journey at the moment. I'm happy is what he's doing. He's showing the best in every single situation, and he knows the importance of doing every day. And that's, I think, is the key. Not only the quality that you show on the pitch, of course, but this is the key for your brain and from your mentality and from your focus.
It's fantastic that Alessandro is saying that, because it's so true. And we say we're old school, but that's how we were brought up. It's a mentality thing. It's every single day, week in, week out, you've got to show it. Every time you step up on that football pitch, you have to have a mindset to say, I am the best player on this pitch, and I'm going to show you it. And it's got to be in, week out. You don't pick and choose. The best players that we love and idolize do it every single week. They don't pick and choose what games they turn up for. If you want that respect and you want that admiration from the fans and to be respected later on in your career, people will know every time they step up on that pitch, he was a tough opponent, and that's what he's got to keep doing.
When Kenan just came running over to you, Tony actually just wrote down on his piece of paper, respect in capital letters for you, Alessandro. I mean, you scored 290 goals for Juventus, the all-time leading goal scorer. We showed some of the goals being eerily similar to Kenan Yıldız. What about the celebration, though? How do you like his celebration being similar, if not the same, to yours as well?
I like it a lot. I mean, I'm happy that he's got some inspiration in some way from myself, even if it's the celebration. But we talk a lot each other, and I'm happy for what he's performing now. I know how it means to wearing that kind of jersey, and plus the number 10 now. So it's a happiness for me in my heart that somebody with this kind of behavior, that this kind of mentality, again, I'm telling you, is proving and showing that he's doing great. So it's beautiful. I mean, what happened in the past for myself, stay in the past. Somebody
still got it.
Ambrosini should throw me the ball. Come on, Ambro. And so it's I'm happy about that. I'm really happy, and happiness is a beautiful thing that fans want to come here and want to win, of course, and win means also happiness. So let's do it.
Well, we say winning changes everything. And now they're getting the results. Juventus can build off the confidence. Even if it hasn't looked good and they look a bit more open, winning gets that belief in the fan, and it gets the fans to believe that they can achieve great things, and they make it a lot more of an intimidating atmosphere, which is what Chiellini was trying to say, to get that atmosphere back up there to be intimidating. But that's helped by winning football matches.
Plus, when you consider what happened on the pitch, I mean, his creativity, his shooting, his number of goals is increasing, his assist is increasing. So that's the thing that also fans want to know, want to see. We are living in a game now that is switched in the past 10 years, let's say, 7, 8 years, when there's more tactics, there's more buildings from the back. But you need that kind of creativity. You need somebody that break the rules and
freedom
and make you, whoa, what happened? that kind of players. And when I see players like him, I'm always happy. I mean,
yeah.
I'm for them. Yeah. I'm sorry for defenders or midfielders, but I love that kind of players.